John, can I tell you something a little embarrassing?
John, you know I love embarrassing stories. Go on.
Last weekend, my family and I went to a Chinese restaurant. 6 people, 1 menu, and I froze.
You froze? You speak English every single day on this podcast.
I know, but ordering food for 6 people in front of a waiter who is waiting, with everyone asking me questions at the same time, it's a different kind of pressure.
Okay, now I need to know what happened.
We will get there. But first, hello everyone and welcome back to Speak English Naturally.
I'm Speaker 2, but you probably know me as John.
And I'm Speaker 1, also known as Bella. But on this podcast, we just say Speaker 1 and Speaker 2, so it's easier for you to follow.
Today's topic is a fun one. We're talking about ordering a family meal at a Chinese restaurant.
This is such a useful topic, John, because ordering food for one person is easy, but ordering for a whole family, that's a different skill.
You have to think about sharing, about what everyone likes, about the waiter's questions.
And about not looking confused in front of your own kids.
So true. Let me ask our listeners something before we start.
Go ahead.
Have you ever gone to a restaurant with your family and felt nervous about ordering in English?
If yes, just relax and keep listening because by the end of this episode, you will feel much more confident.
Okay, Bella, now tell me, what happened at the restaurant?
Okay, so we walk in, the restaurant is busy, the waiter comes and says, "Table for 6?"
Simple question.
Very simple. I said, "Yes, please." Easy so far.
Good start.
Then he says, "Would you like a round table or a booth?"
Ooh, that's a good phrase. A booth is a seating area with fixed seats, usually against a wall, kind of private.
Exactly. And a round table is nice for families because everyone can share food easily.
So what did you choose?
I said, "A round table would be great, thank you." And he smiled and took us there. That part was fine.
See, that wasn't so scary.
No, but then came the real challenge, the menu.
Ah, yes, the menu.
John, Chinese restaurant menus can be long. Appetizers, soups, main dishes, rice, noodles, drinks.
And everyone in the family wants something different.
My son wanted noodles, my daughter wanted dumplings, my husband wanted spicy chicken, and my mother-in-law just wanted something simple.
Something simple is the hardest order of all.
Exactly. So I had to become the family translator and the family decision maker at the same time.
This is very relatable. Let's slow down here and teach some useful phrases for this exact situation.
Yes, let's do that. First phrase, could we have a few more minutes to decide?
This is perfect when the waiter comes too fast and your family is still talking.
Say it with me, everyone. Could we have a few more minutes to decide?
Nice and polite.
Next phrase, we'd like to order a few dishes to share.
This is very important in Chinese restaurants because usually the food is shared, not eaten separately like in some other countries.
Right. It's not like everyone gets their own plate. Everyone takes food from the same dishes in the middle of the table.
So if you say, "We'd like to order a few dishes to share," the waiter understands your family style right away.
Exactly. Now here's a common mistake many English learners make.
Tell us.
They say, "I want chicken." Just like that. Very direct.
And that sounds a little rude in English, even if it's not rude in their own language.
Right. A softer, more polite way is, "Could we get the sweet and sour chicken, please?" Or, "I'd like to try the sweet and sour chicken."
I'd like to, and could we get, these small words make a big difference in politeness.
Yes, small words, big difference. Remember that line because it's true for so much of English.
Okay, so back to your story. What did you finally order?
Well, first, the waiter came back and asked, "Any appetizers to start?"
What's an appetizer for our beginner listeners?
An appetizer is a small dish you eat before the main meal, like spring rolls or dumplings.
Ah, so like a starter.
Exactly. Some people say starter, some people say appetizer. Same meaning.
Good to know. So what did you say?
I said, yes, could we start with an order of spring rolls and an order of dumplings, please?
Nice and clear.
The waiter said, great choice. And for the mains?
Mains means the main dishes, the big dishes of the meal.
Right. So I looked at my family one more time and I said, we'll have the sweet and sour chicken, the beef with broccoli, and a plate of fried rice.
That sounds like a wonderful family meal already.
It was, but then he asked something that made me pause.
What did he ask?
He said, would you like that spicy, medium, or mild?
Ooh, this is such a useful phrase to know before you go.
Yes, spicy means very hot with chili, mild means not spicy at all, and medium is somewhere in the middle.
So if you don't like spicy food, you can simply say mild please and you'll be safe.
And if you love spicy food like my husband, you can say spicy please, as spicy as you can make it.
Oh, I like his confidence.
My mother-in-law almost fainted when she heard that.
Let's talk about drinks too, because that's another common question.
Yes, the waiter usually asks, what would you like to drink?
And you can simply answer with a drink name, like just water please, or I'll have a green tea.
Or if you're not sure, you can ask, what drinks do you have?
Simple, clean, easy to remember.
Now here's something interesting about Chinese restaurants specifically. Many of them offer tea automatically, even before you order.
Oh, really?
Yes, the waiter might just bring a pot of tea to the table without asking. It's part of the culture, a sign of hospitality.
That's such a warm detail. So if that happens to you, you don't need to be confused. You can simply say, thank you so much, and enjoy it.
Exactly. No need to panic if something appears that you didn't order. Sometimes it's just kindness.
I love that. Okay, Bella, keep going with your story. What happened next?
So after we ordered everything, the waiter said, I'll bring that right out for you.
This means the food is coming soon.
Yes, and while we waited, my daughter asked me, Mom, how do you say, can I have a fork in English? Because she doesn't like using chopsticks yet.
Oh, that's a great real question. How did you answer?
I told her, excuse me, could we get a fork, please? Is the simplest way to ask.
Very good and very polite. Excuse me at the beginning is a great way to get someone's attention politely.
Right. You don't just shout, waiter. You say, excuse me first.
That's such an important cultural point too, not just a language point.
Exactly. In many English-speaking countries, excuse me is the polite way to start almost any request.
Let's practice that phrase together. Say it with us. Excuse me, could we get a fork, please?
Perfect. Now, John, here's a small, funny moment from that day.
I'm ready.
My son wanted to try using chopsticks for the first time, and he dropped a dumpling right into his water glass.
No!
Yes, water splashed everywhere, and everyone at the table started laughing.
What did you say to the waiter?
I said, sorry about that. Could we get a napkin, please? And he just smiled and said, no worries, happens all the time.
No worries is such a nice, friendly phrase you'll hear a lot in English. It means it's okay, don't worry about it.
Yes, and it's a great phrase to remember because you might need it too if something small goes wrong at a restaurant.
This is exactly why real conversations matter more than just memorizing textbook English. Real life is messy, and things like dropped dumplings happen.
Exactly, and English needs to be ready for real life, not just perfect grammar in a quiet classroom.
Let's pause here and do a quick recap of the phrases so far because we've covered quite a few already.
Good idea. Number 1, could we have a few more minutes to decide?
Number 2, we'd like to order a few dishes to share.
Number 3, I'd like to try the sweet and sour chicken, or could we get the beef with broccoli, please?
For spicy level, mild please, medium please, or spicy please.
For drinks, I'll have a green tea, or asking, what drinks do you have?
To get the waiter's attention, excuse me, could we get a fork please?
When something small goes wrong, no worries.
To share food at the table, can you pass the rice please?
To compliment the food, this is delicious, or I could eat this every day.
To ask for the bill, just the check please.
To take food home, could we get a box for the leftovers, please?
And to pay for everyone, I'll take care of the bill today.
That's a lot of useful English, all from one simple family dinner.
And the best part is you can use every single one of these phrases the very next time you go out to eat.
Yes, you don't need to remember everything perfectly right now. Just pick 1 or 2 phrases and try using them this week.
Small steps, real progress.
Now, before we go, we have a simple question for you.
What is one English phrase from today's episode that you would like to try the next time you go to a restaurant?
Write your answer in the comments, even just one short sentence. That small practice can really help you.
For example, you could simply write, I want to try saying, could we get a box for the leftovers, please?
One sentence is enough. Don't worry about being perfect. Just practice.
If this episode helped you feel a little more confident about ordering food in English, especially for a family meal, please subscribe to Speak English Naturally.
We share real, simple, and fun conversations like this one every week so you can learn English naturally without feeling bored or stressed.
Subscribing also helps more learners like you find this podcast. So if you enjoyed today's episode, that small click really does make a difference.
And remember, every time you try to speak English, even if it's not perfect, you are already doing something wonderful.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep enjoying the journey.
Thank you so much for listening today.
We'll see you in the next episode of Speak English Naturally.
Take care and speak a little English today, even if it's just one small sentence.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.